Yo, 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 welcome back, welcome back. Blues House. I'm your host, Bluminati, and you know I got the homie Kobe with me. What's up, Cole?
What's going on, people?
Yeah, man, yeah. Hit that like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, do all of those things. Donate, Cash App, Bluminati. You can go to www.buymeacoffee.com/Blues House if you want to donate and contribute and do all those types of things. I have been working on some merch, man. Just to let you know, Kobe, I've been trying to design some merch,
Okay.
and I might be having a sponsor. Well, I guess it ain't really a sponsor, but jewelry.
Oh,
They
cool.
Marvel centric chains and stuff. I mean, they got other jewelry and stuff too, but they also have Marvel centric like pendants and stuff like that. So
That's cool.
once I get that all finalized and I get the email back saying that I can actually um, post, you know what I'm saying, some of that stuff, I have that rocking. So yeah, man, trying to get this thing up and moving. You know what I'm saying? Like the machine that it should be.
Right.
So if you're out there in the chat, man, want to say what's up. If you're new, what's up? If you're old, what's up? If it's XR, what's up? If it's
Right.
Philip, what's up? Any our regular viewers, you know what I'm saying? What's up? And let's get this thing started. So like today, I want to talk about the future of the MCU. Is it good? Is it bad? Because I got a couple of grievances, man. I don't know if you have the same grievances that I have, but it's some things that just ain't, you know what I'm saying? Seems like this. I guess what I'm trying to say is they're kind of slowing down.
Losing momentum.
Yeah, yeah, and losing me.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like I said, I got faith. You know, I'm always saying I have faith in Kevin Feige.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got all the faith in the world in him. But some of these things is it seems like either they're trying to go way too big, and you know how it is when you have your fan base and you
Yep.
get lazy.
Yep.
I kind of feel like they're kind of getting lazy on it.
Okay.
And either they're trying to get lazy or they're just trying to pull like a fast one on some of these things that you know what I'm saying, some of this content that they give us.
Okay.
Scarlet Witch, or I should say not Scarlet Witch,
WandaVision.
WandaVision. It was pretty good. It was a good show, right?
Right.
Good show, but some of the elements and some of the things that they threw into the show seemed like they kind of treated the audience like we was stupid a little bit, right?
Yeah. They definitely do that.
You know, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, also good show. Like I said, nothing that they've given us is bad, but I just get this feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
more like a feeling that the steam or I don't know if they're running out of ideas. You know
How?
what I'm saying? Right. How? But it seems like I don't know. It just seems like they're not trying. It seems like they're trying to keep our attention, but some of this, like prime example, we went through. This would be the third show with Loki.
Okay.
What is really memorable about these shows? I'll ask you that.
I mean, not really anything. They just introduce side characters. And like I said, I said from the beginning, the shows are nothing but to push the narrative forward
Right, I agree.
without having to spend all the money of a
Money
movie.
on them,
Yeah.
and I agree 100% with you. But where's the replay value? It is the let me ask you this: do these shows have replay value, or is this a one and done thing, or is it because of it's a product of the moment that we're living in? You know what I'm saying? We watch them, we talk about them, and move on. Is that what it is?
I see. Here's the thing. I don't necessarily think that because they wouldn't tell you to watch them about, like with Loki, they wouldn't tell you to watch it to understand the movies. We haven't had a chance for what's happened in the show other than like Black Widow. That was the
Hmm.
first to see the shows translate to the MCU.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or to contribute. So, I mean, I feel like that's where the route they're going.
You think maybe what you saying that? Would you say that maybe they rushed these shows out? Maybe Black Widow should have came first.
Yeah,
Maybe they should have stuck to that plan.
100%. Yeah.
Um, and maybe that's where I'm getting caught up at because I not gonna say that I've been feeling this way 100% since they dropped WandaVision, but after watching Black Widow, it was like, man, this kind of is, you know,
Right.
all for naught. Like,
Right.
what are you doing to keep me engaged? Right now, I'm not as engaged in these stories as I was before with, what I'm saying, the previous three phases. You
Well,
know
you
what
got
I'm
to think
saying?
about it though. We got 3 movies for 10 years,
Right. Hmm.
and the speculation wasn't, oh, every few months we have something to talk about. They've been trying to give it content at least for at least 3 quarters of the year so far.
Do
You
you
know,
think it's not to cut you off? I'm sorry. Do you think it's too much content? Because, like you said, we was only dealing with movies. We
right,
knew movies was coming. Indeed, we knew that, but it was spaced out. We would have to go
right,
back. We would watch.
right.
The certain movies have the replay value. We go back and watch it.
Yep.
Tell you the truth, I've been watching a lot of MCU stuff. The previous three phases and everything like that. And that feeling that I get from those, I don't get from this.
Right.
You know, um, Black Widow, like, and have you seen it yet? Did you go see it today? No.
No, I still haven't had a chance. Yeah.
Um, I'm always. It's not. It's like they're just giving us just enough to say it's a good movie.
I can
You know what I'm
understand
saying?
that. I can understand that.
And I don't. I guess it's just weighing on me a little bit, man. How do you feel the future of the MCU is? And I don't mean as far as what type of movies we're going to get, but are they checking out? Are they checking in? Um, are they as engaged as they once were?
I I think they want to be,
Mhm.
and I think that speculation is what keeps that alive
Okay.
because like I feel like any these shows once they air, they have a second life on YouTube
Right.
being dissected, and you know what I'm saying, it's a whole process. The movies had that for, you know what I'm saying, you know, yeah, it happened right after the movie happened. Yeah, let's see how we can tie into it going forward. And then boom, like you dropped it. You're all ready for the next film.
Right.
With the show, like I said, it's been speculation. They drop hints constantly to keep people guessing just enough. I feel like they drop the hints for the comic book fans. They
Mhm.
don't drop it for the normal people that watch these shows because they're good, because they think they're good TV. They drop it for the fans. That's to keep us interested. That's to keep us, talking about something, talking
Right.
about the shows and keeping them relevant. That's one thing that I don't think they slack on, is keeping themselves relevant throughout
No.
the
Yeah. Yeah. I
yes.
agree.
I
Mhm.
mean, it doesn't matter if the movies are bad. I feel like they think at this point, if Black Widow bombs, oh well, she's dead. We don't have to use that character anymore.
Anymore. Right.
Bye. Yeah. They could kill off the Yelena's Black Widow just as quick as they wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I feel like that was, like you say, they hedged their bet.
Hmm.
If Black Widow failed or was successful, no matter what, they made their budget back because it's a Marvel film and it is what it is.
Right.
Now, do I think that they come correct on the next film? Yes, they have to. Otherwise,
Okay.
they die. Otherwise that's a knife to the jugular for them at this point. If they
So
If they fail on the next film, if the next film doesn't have all the critics, you know what I'm saying, all over it, all the
Right.
fans, all the true comic book fans, it's gonna be dead. I think it'll
Dead.
fall apart.
Okay. So are you getting the same feeling that I'm getting? I mean, because we spoke about
Yeah,
the MCU and
yeah.
how they kind of pussyfooting around a
I
little bit.
I think a lot of it I think a lot of what's going on is they're like we said earlier, Spider-Man is like everybody's bread and butter right now. Those
Hmm.
are the movies that other than Endgame, and then they don't have a story like that. They don't have 10 years worth of buildup
Right.
to attach to. So I feel like the nostalgia of Spider-Man is kind of eclipsing everything else that's going on in the MCU right now.
Yeah, it's sucking up a lot of real estate.
Yep.
Um,
And
you know,
it's not even a Marvel film.
right. Or 100. You're right.
It's,
100% Marvel film. It's not.
right.
Uh,
It's an association with Marvel.
yeah, yeah, and it's sucking up a lot of real estate. Uh, I don't.
That,
Did you watch the Kevin Feige um interview that he did with I think it was Rotten Tomatoes?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The one that they talked about Agatha Harkness and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, like even with that, um I just like I said, I see them putting a lot of faith into that and seeing where that goes because they want Spider-Man still. They
Oh
don't want
yeah.
him to just revert to back to Sony
Back to
and
Sony. Hmm.
them just cash in on him because that's what they're gonna do. That's what their plans are. They want a piece of that pie. They could care less about anybody new because they had to establish new.
Right.
Spider-Man is proven at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Avengers, I guess, at this point are proven. You know, the characters they've been kind of like planting the seeds of,
Hmm.
they might not even go that route. They could just
Right.
be dead ends.
I mean, because I don't know. It's like to me, it's a weird time in Marvel. I mean,
Very much.
uh, a lot of multiversal stuff. It's what I'm saying. We're going from and I always speak about the layman fans. You know what I'm saying? The regular everyday Joes, right?
Yeah.
Not the hardcore comic book
Right.
reading. You know what I'm saying? Just the regular fans or whatever. And now it seems like you might start missing some of these fans. Things might start going over these people's heads because multiverse, 8 different people running around. Um, he died in this movie, but now he's back because that's not the original person. It's a time variant. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
getting really convoluted.
right. And I hope that they don't lean too heavy into that.
I hope it's over after these next three films.
Right.
I hope
Give
that
it.
whatever they're going to do with it,
Yep.
get it over with and just keep it moving forward.
Right. Right. Because if you're gonna predicate all of phase 4 and some of phase 5, you know what I'm saying, dealing with nothing but multiverse, and because now it's like, well, why did we even have that first, the first 3 phases if that doesn't even really matter anymore? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because we know in the comics death doesn't matter, but
Right.
once it becomes live action, that's to me is something totally different. Then the stakes, because about, what I'm saying, it's stakes when reading a comic, but we know as a comic book reader, you know what you're getting into, right?
Right.
When it comes to the movies, it's supposed to have stakes. It's
Supposed to
supposed
have
to
depth.
mean something, right? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? If someone dies, then they should stay dead unless you have a valid reason
To bring them back.
to bring them back. You know what I'm saying? We know we're dealing in sci-fi magic and space aliens and stuff like that. But still, we're dealing in the realm of reality, and that's why it's a live action film. You know what I'm saying? I just, like you said, bring it, give it to us, and get out of it. You know
I
what I'm
got you.
saying?
And that's the thing. Like, I hope that with, like I said, them, I keep going back to the Kang thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they bring that up for it? I really was thinking about this today. I really think they're gonna shorten that character.
What you mean?
They're gonna shorten maybe like 1 or 2 films.
I hope not.
I do. I think it's gonna happen. Just because of the fact that I see what's what I'm saying happening with this and I'm basing this on what I feel like is gonna happen with Loki.
Okay.
Everybody thinking Kang, 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 Kang.
Mm.
Nope. I feel like we're all gonna be wrong again.
You know what? I'm kind of in the same boat with you, man.
We're all gonna be wrong again. And I feel like them releasing the Kang information was premature
Mhm.
because he's not the
Because
overall
right.
he's not
Yeah.
the overarching villain. That's
Um,
why they released his name already.
I'm 50-50. But let's go on it. Let's because I want to talk Loki a little bit later, but I'm with
Yeah.
you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that, you know what, that could be another thing. I think the pandemic threw a lot of the MCU upper management off as far as keeping things hidden. Um, certain leaks came out that shouldn't have came. Now they did a good job as far as cleaning it up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying, and making it seem like it's cool. This okay, yeah, this leak is cool. You know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, like you said, Jonathan Majors being Kang, that wasn't supposed to come out. You
No.
know what I'm saying? Like that was not. Think about, we don't even know who the bad guy is in Eternals,
Nope.
right? We don't know who the bad guy is in Eternals. We don't know what's going on with Hawkeye. That's the next. Is that the next one up? I want to say.
No, it's what if.
No, I'm. You know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna get into what if in a
I
minute, but
understand. I
I
understand.
mean like live action TV show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then no, it's not Hawkeye. It's
is it Miss Marvel?
Miss Marvel.
Miss
Yes.
Marvel. So we don't even. They're holding it tight to the vet, and the common denominator of that is those are films that went into production either at the ass end of the pandemic or after the pandy.
Well, you gotta understand, people were at home.
Mm-hmm.
Easier for information to leak when you're at home. It's easier for somebody to say, "Oh, I can read an email over somebody's shoulder and say, oh, well, this person's gonna be in this. Oh, well, we're looking
True.
at no, yeah,
Yeah.
of course
Yeah.
that happened. I think it definitely happened.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. So to wrap this up, is the future bright? Is it dimming? Is the light dimming over there at the house of the mouse, or the house of ideas is what they used to call Marvel? Is it
I,
is
I feel like the power flickered.
it's
It's flickering. They might need to check the fuse.
check the fuse?
Yeah, check.
Okay.
Yeah, check the box.
Check the fuse box, Marvel.
Yeah,
Kevin
right.
Feige, check that fuse box, man.
Yeah, man.
Check that fuse
Right.
box.
Make sure your circuits are right
Yeah,
before
man.
you send the power. Like I said, y'all don't want to burn down.
That's right. Don't want to don't want to do that. Don't want to do
No.
that. All right. So the chat and the comments and everything like that, y'all let me know, how do y'all feel? Do y'all think Marvel is still alive and kicking and everything is well over there? Or do you think there might be some troubles, or the steam might be they might be losing steam over there? You let me know. All right. Next up, I want to talk about what if. Now,
Right.
the what if trailer dropped that last Thursday.
I think so.
I want to say last Thursday. We didn't do nothing on it because we had some things going on, but I do want to talk about what if.
Yep. I do too.
I'm gonna let you go first, then, Cole. What do you think of what if? Are just all right, just go in. Just tell me what you think.
I think that it was a cheap way it is a cheap way for them to recast characters. For one,
Mm-hmm.
it's a cheap way for them to make all of the work that was done by the other Marvel TV shows and all that stuff, to make that canon without making it canon,
Right.
without making it live action. like I said, this is a cheap way for them to tie everything together.
Okay.
That's what I feel about What If. It's like I said, it's a cheap attempt at them to just try to, like I said, try to fix everything that's going on, give all these characters, I guess, what I'm saying, a proper send off, or whatever. I guess whatever the objective is, but I feel like it's a cheap way to do it. This should have been done, in my opinion. This should have been maybe like one of your animated movies, maybe that wasn't canon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But to make this canon, I don't get it. I don't
What? Yeah,
understand.
yeah. That's what I'm getting at. Like, is because you're saying that they're making it canon. I want to know, is this canon? Why? What's up, X? There he is. What's up, XR? What are we dealing with here? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
the name What If is synonymous with, just what if these things happen? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? One shot issues,
Right.
not a necessary, not a, what I'm saying, continuous storyline. This seems to me to be the Exiles, right? Which was canon, or
Okay.
which is canon in the books.
Right.
Multiversal characters dealing with things that happen within the timeline, keeping the timeline straight. What I'm saying, from different people who misuse and abuse the timeline for their own agencies and stuff like that. But all in all, I'm just not feeling it. I am not feeling What If. I'm not. I thought I was like, oh shit, the trailer dropped. Let me go check it out.
Right.
I watched the trailer and it just totally turned me off. And
Right.
I don't even like, nothing about it made me say, man, I need to sit down and watch this.
Some of the stories are just really like outlandish. Like
Yeah.
why? Like the first part of the trailer, why would Killmonger be? Why?
Right.
It didn't make any sense.
Like, what is he doing?
I mean, I know I have an idea, but why?
It's like you just want to take popular and let's bring up old Captain Carter, Peggy Carter.
Yep.
It seems like they want to use this character, right?
Yep.
They want this character to be somewhere in the connective tissue of the MCU going forward. Everybody else in this picture is just collateral damage at the end of the day.
Yep.
But the reason why she is front and center is because they want her to be something moving forward in the MCU.
That's why they stuck her little cameo in Loki.
Right.
Yep.
They want her in the MCU point blank period. They're going to figure out a way to bring Sharon Carter in here. And I'm fine with that. But if you're just going to be regulating her to cameos, which is to me What If is just cameos, then what's the point?
Right.
And that's what I'm asking. What's the point of all this? You got Gamora. What's the point with her? Stuff like that. Hold on, give me 1 second.
You're good.
Yeah, so it's like I'm trying to fit the pieces. Like you said, Killmonger just shows up. Why?
Right.
To help Tony Stark. Was he in Africa? No.
Nope.
So where did Killmonger just show up at? And why? Like you said, like why?
Makes no sense.
No sense, right? And okay, we're dealing with different timelines, but something has to make sense of all this, right?
Yeah.
It has to be a starting point to whether I kept telling you, or I kept asking, what is the divergence? Where's the starting point? Or are these just random timelines, random universes?
Right.
You know, or are these just I don't know.
Right.
Like T'Challa being going up with
Yeah.
Yondo.
The Ravagers. Yeah.
Why? Like okay, is he now half celestial?
Right.
Is Ego his daddy?
Or did they pick up the wrong person?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's just not it's
I,
just not
that's why I feel like this multiverse thing, I hope that it's not going to be, but I feel like it is.
mm,
And this makes it the narrative going forward. Because you
yeah.
got to think about it like this, man. Like, look at how many teams they're trying to set up. We had this conversation once before. The what if is supposed to be setting up a team, like you said. So they're gonna, like I said, they realize that these team up films are the ones that make money.
Yeah.
All the individuals, yeah, we can build up towards a team up film
Mm-hmm.
every 3 or 4 films. That's why you got characters like Shang-Chi.
Right.
You keep hearing like Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Luke
They want
Cage.
to do
Mm-hmm.
heroes for hire. They want to have a team. The ensemble cast, they
Mm-hmm.
want that because people go and watch that.
Right. And I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Like I don't have, an issue with making teams, and my thing, I don't even have an issue with what if. It's just my thing is like we spoke about earlier, this multiverse stuff. I need more explanation.
Right. Super confusing.
And I'm a time, but I love time travel and timelines and getting
Yeah.
into the metaphysics of what I'm saying, what time travel does and different. I love all that stuff. But right now,
Right.
you're just throwing shit at the wall to see if it sticks,
Right.
in my opinion. You
Because
know what I'm saying?
you said it's not, they're not explaining it enough. Everything's supposed to be linear, but why is there multi if it's linear?
Right. Right. Like my thing is, okay, Peggy Carter becoming Captain Britain or whatever they're gonna call her, Captain
Mhm.
Carter. I can understand that. Like her story, it probably makes way more sense than probably any of these other stories. But then we have that. Then we have down here next to her, the Ironmonger. What is that Tony Stark's dad? Because Peggy Carter and Tony Stark's dad knew each other, or is that supposed to be Captain America in that suit,
Right.
or Steve Rogers?
Yep.
So if that's Steve Rogers in the Ironmonger suit or the Mark I Iron Man suit, that's what I call it that.
Right.
I can see that. I can rock with those two at the bottom. T'Challa being part of the Ravagers,
No,
I'm gonna need help on that.
that's gonna be some explanation.
Right. I'm gonna need some help on that. We got the zombie Avengers over here.
Yeah, the Marvel zombies.
Yeah. I'm gonna need some help on that. Where are they coming from? Right.
Right.
What's the issue? I know it. I know what it is in the comics.
Right.
But here, because you know what I'm saying, this is different than comics.
Y'all getting ready to bring in Deadpool into the show? Right. I mean, is he finna kill the Marvel universe?
What? Right. That you see what I'm saying?
Are we gonna get that? Yeah. I would like to see that. I think that would be great on screen. Like, but you can't get there without having the road to go there first.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. This what if a zombie universe? So where's this coming from? Where's this zombie? What makes a zombie? Because see, now we're getting into zombies and we don't have vampires yet.
No,
I know they said it in Loki, but we don't have that yet. We haven't gotten to that realm of things yet.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, like I said, we keep talking about we keep coming back to the team thing.
Mm-hmm.
We saw those names get kicked around with this, you know what I'm saying, Midnight Suns thing. I feel like maybe that's what their goal is with all of this, is to split everything up to have every team handle individual threats.
And and remember what I said? This is like a 3-prong, 4-prong attack that Marvel is doing.
Right.
And I get it. I get it, but you sooner or later you're gonna have to show, you know what I'm saying, name each prong.
Yep.
You know, not it and it doesn't have to be anything official, but you know what I'm saying? Sooner or later,
we need to know what direction you're going in.
Right. Okay, all these movies over here, they're just ground level. We might do a crossover. You know what I'm saying? The third movie might cross over with everybody from the cosmic, you know what I'm saying, prong of Marvel. And they might cross over with the, you know what I'm saying, like, because I mean, that's how Marvel is split up in the comics anyway. You know, all the cosmic things happen, you know, Silver Surfer, Galactus,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? All that happens off world. They come to New York, you know what I'm saying? Everybody comes to New York. They come down to Earth in New York every now and then, but most of their stories happen in space, right?
Right.
Then you got the Avenger side of things.
That's
then
correct.
You got the X-Men side of things.
Right.
Then you got everybody else side of things. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, but I mean, I hope they don't make it so convoluted that they can't unravel it.
That's what's gonna hurt them. Is like you said, being so convoluted that the layman, ordinary watcher cannot discern what's going on.
They can't absorb it the right way.
Yep. That's gonna be the issue. That's exactly gonna be the issue. And mark my words, they're gonna drive a lot of people away if they don't explain this correctly.
Right.
And I don't mean in a movie, because you don't want to do it in a movie because you're really gonna lose your you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to fail. You can fail at a show. Right. You come out with a show and the show could be, that wasn't good. But hey, it wasn't a movie. You know what I'm saying? They always kill with the movies.
Yep.
But if they make a movie that just bombs and it's all over the place and stuff like that,
they're gonna be in trouble. That's why I feel like Spider-Man, they've got so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
They got basically, like, I feel like they're gonna have 3 Spider-Man movies rolled into one, and that's the downfall. They try to put too much in one movie.
It's gonna hurt them.
And you want to know what they're gonna do? They're gonna blame Sony. They wanted this. They wanted that. They want that. I'm telling you, that's gonna be the blame when that movie tanks. When it's not what people are expecting it to be. I haven't given up hope, but I'm leaning more towards it's not going to be what everybody thinks it is. And I'm a firm believer in that.
I'm pretty sure Sony already has a statement ready to go. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, since you brought up Spider-Man, we can go ahead and get into that. Everybody in the chat, let me know what you think about What If did it suit your fancy? Are you hype about it, or are you like, what it is what it is?
Right.
But yes, since you brought up the old webhead,
can I go back to that What If poster you just had on?
Oh yeah,
I just want to point something out.
Let me bring that back up for you. Where is it at? Okay.
Something we didn't harp on. Spider-Man and the mixed with the Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
They already showed that for the movie with the toy leaks. That's the integrated suit.
Yeah. It's like a that's like a variation of the Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You absolutely right.
So, like I said, I feel like we're heading towards a very, very, very convoluted story.
Yeah.
Lots of twists and turns. Lots of shaking things up.
I just noticed this one too. This is Vision
as
Ultron with the Infinity Stones.
Yep.
Also as Black Knight. Is that
kind of looks like Ultron Sigma from from Infinite. Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that in the trailer, but that could be interesting. But
what's why?
Right. I'm out. That storyline. Can he even use the stones? They're not alive, right?
Right.
Can they use this? I mean, I don't. How do this? Well, I guess he uses the stone. I mean, I don't know shit because they did use the stone to bring Vision alive, but
I guess my question is going back to this, why, like, they need to tell us the what if.
yeah,
We need to know the question. What because it's not what if T'Challa had been taken to with the Ravagers. That's not the what if question because that doesn't solve a purpose. It's got to
right.
solve a purpose. You got to tell me what if, you know what I'm saying, this caused this and that caused the Ravagers to have the coordinates wrong
Yeah.
and make it a story.
But see, I think what's going on is each individual person that you see right here is a different timeline or different universe, and that's why I say it's like the Exile. So they all come together to stop whatever the common threat is. Common threat could be that Ultron Vision shit, or it could be this zombie apocalypse type situation. But
Right.
that's what I'm thinking. I think that's going to be the driving force behind what if. Now it still won't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I think it's still going to be convoluted, but to try to absorb and bring everybody together as a team with Captain Britain or Captain Carter, whatever we're calling her, leading the charge, leading the way. Like this is going to be like the multiversal Avengers, so to speak.
Because
That's how I'm looking at it.
okay. I'm with you. We can go on now. I just want to point that out. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let's get into this. Let's get into some Spider-Man because we talked offline. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. I said,
Yeah.
you know, told you some of my questions when it come to good old Webhead. Spider-Man No Way Home. And we constantly have been saying this is going to be the film to end all films, or it's going to be
The film to set the stage for how film should be made.
Right.
They have to, my opinion, for Spider-Man's sake, as in the films, they have to get this movie right.
Yeah.
They have to. They like I said, Spider-Man 2, great. Spider-Man 1, Sam Raimi. Both the first two, fantastic. Third one, studio interference.
Yeah.
The only thing, okay, the second, first, the Amazing Spider-Man, Mark Webb, first and second. Third one, they didn't even go forward with because the ideas were so outlandish.
Right.
This one has been John Watts. John Watts.
Yep.
And then it's going to be John Watts again.
Yep.
But there's no studio interference. The studio has been the same. Well, I guess if the interference came in, it came in on Sony's side.
On Sony's side, right.
But I don't think that Feige would have let that happen.
Well, you know, let me ask you this. Are the Spider-Man films Marvel films or are they Sony films? I guess that's the question.
This was a co-production, but
well, I know it's a co-production.
But
you know what I'm saying? But is it just somebody putting their name on it?
No.
Or is this a tandem?
It should have implications for both universes going forward.
Okay.
What they say. So I feel like, I mean, because it does say Marvel Studios, Spider-Man.
Right. It does.
It has to, like I said, they're not going to use Doctor Strange in this story if it doesn't move the MCU
forward, right. Yeah.
But I mean, this might even be Spider-Man's exit from the MCU.
And yeah, that I also wanted to speak on that also. You have Zendaya coming out saying she don't, you know what I'm saying, this might be it. Like there are no plans for her or for, you know what I'm saying, as far as you know, for Spider-Man, even going forward. And I kind of feel the same way, even after listening to that interview that Kevin Feige did with Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think they know what's the plan. I think, remember, they just did the deal 2 months ago.
Yep.
um, did that deal, but what does that deal consist of?
Right.
Does it consist of Spider-Man going back to Sony, but we can use Venom, we can use, you know what I'm saying, his rogues gallery now to
Right.
interact with you know what I'm saying, the things that we have going on in the MCU, or is it vice versa that Marvel gets to keep Spider-Man and do, you know, do with Spider-Man as he pleases, and maybe Sony is saying, okay, because remember, I always said that I think that there's going to be 2 Spider-Man going forward, or it could be 3. I think they might finish Toby's story, right?
Yeah.
And then Andrew Garfield could end up being a more mature Spider-Man going forward in the Sony verse, or he could be in the MCU. I don't know. Either way, I think Andrew Garfield Spider-Man survives and gets to continue his story. We get not Toby. We get Tom Holland Spider-Man, strictly MCU. You see what I'm saying? I think maybe
Okay.
that could. I'm not saying that that's what's gonna happen, but maybe that was on the table at one point in time. Stuff
Okay.
like that. You see what I'm saying? I'm just
Right.
throwing some things out here. I'm just spitballing right now, but something that deal, because at the end of the day, who's benefiting off of this deal? You know what I'm saying? Who? Because I'm Sony, I should have the upper hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should be negotiating with me, not the other way around.
I feel
So
like it's 50-50. They have the product.
okay,
Marvel has the delivery. You can't
yeah,
sell a product without a salesperson.
yes
You
and no.
can't market
Because
a
remember,
product.
it's not like Spider-Man has failed on the Sony side. It's been it's been critically bashed. That third, the third one, you know what I'm saying, was critically bashed. The second one of the Amazing, you know what I'm saying, was critically bashed. But guess what? Still did the numbers. Sony still knows what they're doing when it comes to, like you said, pushing the product.
Right.
So yeah, everybody wants to see Spider-Man in the MCU. I get it, but everybody wants to see Spider-Man. Period.
That's very true. Very true. But I feel like with the MCU being the big dog, they bring on the fanfare.
True.
They bring the fanfare. I mean, Spider-Man, I guess, like I said, it's a hot commodity, and
Mhm.
everybody that's involved knows it. They know that it's a hot commodity.
Right.
So, like I said, I don't see him going forward in the MCU at all.
Okay. So you think this is it?
Yeah, but I think, like you said, the use of the Rogues Gallery,
Mm-hmm.
sure, why not? Because they can be interchangeable, but Spider-Man, nah,
Yeah. Okay.
nah,
Okay.
nah. And I feel like they might even tie that into this film. You know what I'm saying? Tom Holland, his Peter Parker,
Mm-hmm.
I just either gives it up or
Well, I mean, they're supposed to be stuck. As far as the leaks, they get
yeah,
stuck on one side anyway, right?
right. So
That might be it.
I feel like I said, and then some of the characters they keep tossing around to bring to the MCU, they all make sense.
Well,
Every single one of them.
Paul Giamatti, he said that he doesn't know anything about
He's not in it. He's not
right.
one of the characters.
Yeah. So
But that's what I'm saying. I buy Michael Keaton's Vulture 100%.
oh yeah, no
I
doubt.
buy Scorpion 100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I buy Doc Ock 100%. Why
Right.
not?
Mm-hmm.
I buy Electro 100%. Electro ties into, other stories.
Right.
They tie into other Marvel stories. Norman Osborn, that's the main one. He
Mm-hmm.
ties into other Marvel
Marvel
stories.
stories, right. Important Marvel stories.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that they want to tell.
No, like I said, Rogues Gallery, we agree on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that's in play.
Yep.
But like you said, Spider-Man just might not be in play. That might be it.
Right. We're watching the Thunderbolts or the Dark Avengers unfold in
Mhm.
post-credit scenes, if they're going to do the Avengers, they have to have an Iron Man.
Yeah,
Who else would it be?
but good old Norman.
Right.
What was he? The
Iron
Patriot,
Patriot.
Iron Patriot. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm because
That's what I see going forward.
and we don't need him as the Green Goblin, right?
Nope. And that's
We
why I don't think we'll see that in this film. We will get Norman Osborn, not the Green Goblin.
we need Norman Osborn as his Lex Luthor and
Yes.
Lex Luthorian.
Right.
You know,
I feel like we might get a Goblin, Hobgoblin, maybe.
yeah, that I can see that happening, but not the Green Goblin.
Right.
I could see that happening. Actually, but I don't want that to happen because we kind of got that with Amazing, right? It wasn't that Harry.
If that's the case, we got it twice.
Yeah, but that was just horrible.
The new Goblin.
Now, what if they did it the unlimited not unlimited Ultimate Spider-Man, that Green Goblin. What if they gave us that Green Goblin? Because that was more mutated, he was more goblin than you know what I'm saying, Norman Osborn. More darker, more just more, you know what I'm saying? And because one thing, even though I guess Norman Osborn's Green Goblin makes sense to me, but he was, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, he wore a mask and all that.
I think they want him to be a good guy. They want to portray him as a good guy. I feel like that's the only way the story moves forward.
Right.
That's why I don't think he's going to be fighting Spider-Man at all.
Oh, no, I agree with you.
Or they won't know that it's him.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, Norman Osborn needs to be vindicated in some kind of way. Like, come in, take over.
Take over Sword.
Because
Sword doesn't have a leader right now.
There's no leader. That's what we don't have a shield. We don't have that
none of that dynamic is in play.
Nick Fury is up in space doing what he does, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this would be easy, especially if he comes in and I think he gets introduced No Way Home.
Yep.
Then Secret Invasion happens, and that's when he saves the world. No Avengers. We don't have the Avengers.
Yep.
Right? He puts his dark Avengers together, or his Thunderbolts together.
Yep.
That's who saves the world.
Yep.
He jumps in, says, you know what? I'll run this clandestine division of the government that y'all are trying to put back together. I'll run it.
Yep.
And I'm gonna call it Hammer, or because that's what he called it. I'm gonna call it Hammer.
Yep.
And boom, that's what we'll get going forward.
Yep.
He'll be the head of Hammer. Like you said, looked at as a good guy with bad intentions.
When does Armor Wars come out?
Let me see. That's a good question.
Check it. Because all Iron Patriot suit is what is it, a Mark V with red, white, and blue on it? Yeah. So check out Armor Wars. See when it comes out. See, I feel like they play cards close to the chest, but they tell on themselves at the same time. Because there's not a way for them to make these stories mesh and move forward without some kind of logical thinking.
Mm-hmm.
They can gender bend and race swap or whatever they want to do. It's still got to be linear. It's still got to be plausible. They still have to follow this to a certain degree.
Right. It's not telling me.
Unannounced.
Yeah, I'm getting the TBD.
I'd be willing to bet you it's not this year. I'd be willing to bet you it's after Spider-Man.
Yeah, it says Marvel hasn't announced an official release date for Armor Wars.
Exactly.
But I mean, that would be a good spot for him to especially because what's Rhodey right now? He doesn't have a home.
Nope.
Is he back
Extra
with the
powers,
military? Is he?
right?
You know what I'm saying? What is he doing? He was the one who actually was pro Sokovian Accords.
I keep saying he's a scroll, but whatever.
It could be.
I keep saying that
Could
because,
be.
like I said, man, it doesn't make sense as to why his character just had such a miraculous
Recovery. But yeah,
recovery.
they haven't explained. I mean, there's always the Wakanda effect. I'll say that, but we didn't see it,
I don't know.
right?
Nah, I don't think so.
There,
That's
and
a cop out,
there's no reason for them to help Rhodey.
right? But all the reason in the world for him to be a scroll, to be set up secret invasion, they already have hinted that people are scrolls.
Mhm.
They've already shown that.
And why was he taken back by the military? I'm confused on that. He
Why
broke
did
the
why would
Sokovian Accord.
right? Why would he want to go back
Right. I don't
other
know, man.
than to be there?
That's good. That's good questions, man. Good questions. But yeah, like I said, man, this is probably the most highly
Important
anticipated
film. Yes.
and important MCU film going forward. This will either be
The worst part about this is it doesn't even have to do much. All it has to do is bridge a gap between WandaVision and Doctor Strange.
yeah, that's it. Well, and that's what I was gonna say. It's like they're throwing so much into this, and just like you said, they don't even have to.
It's just
They
got
don't
to
have
bridge
to.
the gap.
They just need to answer the question of what happened with Mysterio, right?
Right. Was there any truth to what he said?
Any truth to what he said? And then figure out why Doctor Strange and Wanda show up. And that's it. But they're not Spider, and this is what kind of throws me off. Spider-Man, or the Spider-Man that we've gotten from the MCU, doesn't deal in that type of stuff. I know we got it in Endgame and stuff like that, but in his movies, he doesn't deal with that.
He wants to be friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Right. He doesn't deal with that.
They got it flying through the multiverse and fighting, taking care of multiversal threats.
Yeah, so
that's bigger than this Spider-Man.
Yeah,
way bigger than what he
I guess
capable of. Right?
Yeah, that's what's getting to me. This doesn't follow the theme of his movies.
That's why I feel like he's going to either take a backseat or be like he said, like everybody says, a co-star to the other two if they're in this film.
Yeah.
It's going to be just as much their movie as his.
Right. Yeah. That's but it is what it is, man. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about Spider-Man No Way From Home. And I mean, we'll probably be talking about this
until it drops.
Yeah, because it's so much surrounding this film.
I mean, and they keep that trailer close to the chest. So
close to the chest, man. Close to the chest.
I feel like they don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Nah, just release it. just release it. I mean, at this point, you're hurting somebody's feelings, right?
Yeah.
Something's not going to be in the movie that is big. You know what I'm saying? Or that something's not going to be in this movie that somebody or the you know what I'm saying, the fans want to see. Whether it's Toby not being in it, Andrew not being in it, both of them not being in it,
right?
Someone dying,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So just give us the trailer. That way, we can. To me, that's more speculation. But I guess they're looking at it like we don't come out till December. We hold on to it till
August,
September. We'll hold on until then.
But you got to think about it. They don't even have to release a trailer. We talk about it enough every day.
You're right.
I watch a Spider-Man No Way Home video on YouTube that's new every day.
You're right. To me, what I would do is every month I would probably do like a teaser, not an actual trailer, but let's say the spider symbol, right?
Right.
And it'll be a quick flash of something that's in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Right.
And then that's more. That'll last a month. You know what I'm saying? That'll leave us speculating for a month until I'm ready to release the trailer. Like how they did the Spider-Man logo and they flashed it real quick. I would do something like that every month.
Yep.
Just to keep throwing you know what I'm saying, key stuff out. Every month I would do that.
Yep.
Every month.
The shit out yourselves. Yeah.
Yep.
We're talking Loki now.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us know what you think about that Spider-Man No Way Home. And let's get into some Loki speculation for episode 6.
I don't have much to say about this because I'm trying not to speculate too much. I'm trying not to be disappointed. Like I've been let down with every final episode of every show so far.
So, okay.
I'm trying to be. Everybody keeps saying that it's King Loki. I feel like that tells me that Kang is not going to get the proper treatment. If it is, if it's not Immortus in the castle, and he, gives us an explanation on why things are the way they are, you know what I'm saying, what happened, and shed some light on this, all of it was for naught.
Okay.
Why would I feel like that's why it doesn't make sense for it to be King Loki. If he's growing as a character, why would we want him to face off against the ultimate opposite version of himself? That doesn't, I don't feel like it doesn't tie the story together.
Okay, so you don't think that they should end it? Because I'm looking at it like, and we kept saying this is a show about Loki. This is a major deconstruction about Loki. This is about him looking deep within himself and waking up and seeing, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
I thought this was I think you're about to say. At first, I thought this was about him overcoming his former self. Right. I thought so, but like I said, why drop all these Easter eggs in this show that didn't need to be
and
there?
See, I think I said it. I'm 50-50 on Loki. I think Loki is going to come up against King Loki or whoever it is, right? But remember, Loki always works for someone, no matter what.
Yep.
He works for somebody. You see what I'm saying? Even no matter, because he has glorious purpose. That's what, and I guess everybody keeps forgetting that he has a purpose. What's Loki's purpose? He serves somebody. He'll never be king. He'll never get to rule the way that, you know what I'm saying, he wants to rule, because it's always going to be somebody ahead of him, whether it's Thor, whether Odin won't, you know what I'm saying, or if he does do it, he has to backstab, kill, and then sooner or later somebody else, it'll be a target on his head. But he'll never get to rule and be legitimately a ruler. You see what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
So I think it's both. I think we'll get King Loki or Loki, whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And we'll also get Kang.
I don't think Kang. I think Immortus.
Well, Immortus. We'll get Immortus. And I think it will be Jonathan Majors, right? I don't think it'll be a huge scene to where he's doing anything or whatever, but I think it'll be like, remember how we got Thanos? Was that what movie was that?
Which one?
Was it Guardians of the Galaxy? No, it was a movie before that where it was just his face.
That was at the end of Avengers.
Yeah, you're right. So at the end of Avengers, I think we'll get something like that. Not too much. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a Mortis. It might be even written somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we won't get, and it'll be a likeness. It'll either be Jonathan Majors or a likeness of Jonathan Majors, CGI, something like that. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it'll be a post-credit scene. So, and that's what I mean by both. The story is going to be about Loki versus Loki, because this story is about Lokis, but it's also about setting up Kang the Conqueror, because TVA, Alioth, Renslayer,
Right.
them having Kang Industries. What else we got? Just time period. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Because
Right.
unless we're talking about Cable, there's only two real time travelers in the MCU or in Marvel Comics, and that's
Right.
Cable and Kang the Conqueror. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
Um, so yes, Kang will be mentioned, or he will show up, or Immortus. You know what I'm saying? One of his variations of who he is will show up.
Right.
But this show is about Loki, and Loki, like you said, deconstructing Loki, finding out who he is, Loki versus Loki situation. And it would make sense for Loki to be behind this whole thing to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It would kind of make sense, because why not?
I feel like it, but that's the thing though. Why keep? But that's the thing though. Where they have a lot to explain to me.
Mm-hmm.
Where the other variants come from? Like,
No.
I keep harkening back to this leak about saying B-15 is a Loki.
Okay.
Why are some Lokis pruned and some Lokis not?
Right. No.
How are they able to wipe their minds? They're not
Are
all
they?
enchanted.
But remember, they're not pruned. They're sent to the end of time.
Right. So, but that's what I'm saying. Why are some sent there and why are some not?
What if we have that Loki that's working for Kang or Immortus? He's working for him, but remember, Loki still stabs people in the back. So yeah, I got to put on a good face and show that, you know what I'm saying, I'm maintaining the sacred timeline, so to speak, but at the same time, I'm sending people, you know what I'm saying, especially Loki's, to the end of time to eradicate or to get rid of, or maybe can help get me out of the situation that I'm in when dealing with Immortus. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there, but that's the way I'm looking at it. Like, Loki still has to be Loki.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He's still, that's him. I don't care how many redemption stories we get. Loki is still Loki. He can love Thor all day long. He can love himself with Sylvie all day long. But he stabs people in the back. It's only gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's only so long before you get stabbed in the back by him, or betrayed, or whatever, however you want to put it. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I guess that's how I'm kind of looking at it. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, I just feel like there's too many loose ends for them to tie up.
Mm-hmm.
The episode's probably only going to be about an hour long. There's a lot of loose ends for them to tie up. And that's the thing. WandaVision, there were a lot of loose ends they needed to tie up in the end of episode 4 or end of episode 6.
Oh, 6, yep.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, there was a lot of things they needed to tie up. They did not. We got left on cliffhangers.
Right.
I really hope this is not that.
Hopefully it's maybe an hour 10 minutes. I don't think we'll get like an hour 30. Some people are like, oh, it should be like an hour. We're not going to get a feature length film, but I can, you know, hour 10, somewhere around that, hour 5, hour 10 minutes.
Think about it being like a final act of a film.
Okay. Yeah.
We might have, like you said, they can stretch it for an hour, but most of that's going to be fight scenes. It's going to be exploitation. Me telling you why I did what I did,
right?
Why I'm doing what I'm doing. My expose. That, like I said, there's a lot for them to tie up. I have faith that they can do it, but I don't think it being done in a conventional way is going to be the best way to do this. I feel like if it is King Loki, that needs to be wrapped up quick at the within the first 20 minutes of the episode.
Well, remember, and I don't think we're taking this into account. I just thought about it. We're not getting a lone season of Loki either. From what I understand, there's going to be more seasons of Loki, so that could have it might end on a cliffhanger. It might or no, it could end on the or it could have some loose strings. How about that? Not a cliffhanger, but some loose strings, some stuff to tug on. Think of Mandalorian before how it ended the first season with old girl, you know what I'm saying, being left for dead in the desert, and then just get the boots showing up, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Stuff like that. I think you might get something of that nature to make you want more Loki, because like I said, from what I understand, this isn't the lone, it's not going to be a series finale. This is going to be a season finale.
Gotcha.
So we'll see, man. We'll see. But I hope it's good. I hope it make up for, because I didn't really, the last episode didn't really too much care for, other than old man Loki or
classic
Loki. But yeah, I hope they make up for that last episode, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope they make up for it. So let's hit these comments. Hit these comments real quick.
Okay.
Go through some stuff so we can wrap it up and get on up out of here. Let's see where we at. Caleb says, I think there's been a shift. The TV shows are where the character development happens, and the movies are now action set pieces with a little bit of plot. I don't know how I feel about that.
I can understand your grievance there.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, yep. I like the show.
Lots of
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because we know Kevin Feige said you don't have to watch the shows in order to watch the movies or whatever.
I feel like that was BS.
Yeah, it is. It is BS. Because why give me the shows then?
Right.
Why give me the shows and say it's canon with these characters, and then have these characters show up in the movie?
Right. There's no point.
No point. Caleb also says, I wonder what Spider-Man 3 would have looked like if Marvel Studios said no to Tobey and Andrew appearing, because Sony was the one who asked to do a nostalgia-fueled movie.
Caleb, I feel like it would look exactly the way it's going to look without those two in it. I feel like that was an afterthought. They had an idea. Oh, it'd be cool if we have three of them since we're doing the multiverse thing. That's what I'm saying. They said from the beginning that this was going to tie into WandaVision and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
So multiverse, that's a one-off deal, I think. And like I said, I feel like that's going to be an afterthought.
Yeah, because now that you say that, why pick Spider-Man to tie into the multiverse?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
I feel like I said, I feel like they had a Spider-Man 3. It was going to look like
Spider-Man 3.
It was going to look like the Insomniac Games Spider-Man for PS4.
No, I'm saying, yeah. Right. It was just going to be a regular Spider-Man.
A live-action version of that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What we would have gotten. Right.
Mm-hmm. But now we're getting the Spider, and this isn't even the Spider, because that's why I asked that question. Why even connect Spider-Man to the multiverse if you're not giving a Spider-Verse?
Right?
Because you are, and they'll say, well, we already gave you Spider-Verse, and I'm gonna say, I know
you gave it to us like 2 or 3 times.
Like I get it. You already gave a Spider-Verse, so why try to sneak him into this multiverse type situation that
if you're not going to give it to us again?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
All right, let me see. XR says, I don't feel most of the shit the MCU is doing going forward. The writing is weak. Oh yeah, I told him I was going to talk about. I'll talk about The Rock. It seemed, you know what? Let me touch on The Rock real quick.
Okay.
Because I did go back and look at the picture. A lot of people are speculating that Superman is going to show up in this. And that's why The Rock keeps saying that the hierarchy of DC is changing. Like he is. I took it as The Rock is just basically going to be the man. Like anything DC related probably is going to run through his production. You know what I'm saying? Side of the house. He'll have more real estate to move around and work around with his characters and the characters that he want to bring in. And everybody, the hierarchy could be, it was the Snyderverse, now it's going to be the Rockverse. You know what I'm saying? It could be that. But the speculation of bringing Superman in, I can see that also, because the Rock wants to be the man, and to be the man, you have to beat the man. Who is the man? Superman. You know what I'm saying? So, and he wants to show you how much, because think about this. Rock been working on Black Adam for 10 years. Trying to get it
off the ground, right?
And the Rock he's not doing this movie just to play second fiddle or just to have this character is going to be
him.
Right. And he's going to be OP. He's going to be the top guy. He's going to, you know what I'm saying? Think of what Superman and Batman is, and you combine the two, and that's what you're going to get from the Rock's Black Adam.
Right.
A dark, edgy, super villain. Because even if you think of Batman is a vigilante, which means that he is, he think he's on the side of the law, but he's breaking the law. Right. That's what Black Adam is.
Right.
Black Adam thinks, he's doing good for his people, but at the same time, he don't care if you get in his way.
Yeah, he gonna go through you.
Right. So look at it as that way, and I'm here for it, man. That's out of all the movies that's coming out, DC, that is one that I'm really looking forward to. Kobe, when you got off yesterday, XR asked a question about Pattinson and the Batman film, and I went back to what you said. It might get canned.
It's very well possible. Very well possible.
With all the issues, the trouble, the reshoots, it came out that Pattinson does not want to work with the director anymore. What's his name?
Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves said that the trouble that they're having. This smells like disaster.
They gonna throw this shit in the can.
It smells like this film. It's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, yep, the trailer. I enjoyed the trailer. I thought it was dope. I cheered. I was like, damn, this shit looks cool. But you know what I'm saying?
They just can't get it right. They have an in-house problem. Yeah,
something is wrong with this film. And you got to think it started before Matt Reeves. It started with Ben Affleck, right? Yep. It started when they took it away from Ben. Then it started when they took it away from him being the director. Then they took it away from him being Batman. Then they switched it over Matt Reeves. Then they brought in Pattinson, and you know what I'm saying? I don't think DC or Warner Brothers did their due diligence as for who to put with who. Right. You know what I'm saying? Matt Reeves, phenomenal director. Pattinson, I'm not the most fondest of his acting, but he's serviceable, and I would give him a shot. Right. I wasn't looking at him like, this is gonna be trash. But I know a lot of people like the dude from Twilight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's another thing too. But the only reason why I say it might not get canned is because of all the extra, who's playing Penguin?
Colin Farrell.
We got
Zoe
Catwoman. Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman. Like, it's a lot of other people.
Paul Dano, who is a known actor, he's playing the Riddler.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But I agree.
They would have to do something drastic to get it back on track.
Yeah. When you said it before, I was like, nah, man, they ain't gonna can this movie. It's too much riding on it. But now, I don't know.
It could happen because, like I said, the film, all those actors you've talked about, their stuff is probably done.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
They've probably cashed their checks and they moved on.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody takes a hit on this is Warner Brothers.
And that's another thing too. Look who's doing the reshoots. The only people reshooting is Pattinson.
Yep.
They didn't bring anybody else back.
Man, there was times when I kept hearing the fact that he didn't want to work out for the character.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've always had problems.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was during they was like, okay, we're taking a break shooting.
Yep.
He said he gained some weight or something like that during the pandemic, but they was gonna go back and start shooting because they figured, everybody figured out a way how to shoot
Yeah.
safely. And he said, "Fuck that, I ain't working out."
Right. I remember that.
That lets you know that he's not even all in.
Nope.
He's not all in. But it is what it is. He says Michael B. Jordan wasn't a comic accurate Killmonger. In the comics, Killmonger is way bigger than the one in the movie. And we spoke on this. You're never gonna get comic accurate to the T. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you this: who is 6'8", 6'9", built like that can act? You know what I'm saying? Because Killmonger, we know he. You know what I'm saying?
You know who would be a comic accurate Killmonger? LeBron James.
Right? Who can't act?
Yeah.
So it's like I get it. He's, you know what I'm saying? But it's not necessarily about how you got to think physical limits of these people. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things I can draw a huge motherfucker in the comics. I can't find. Look, they went and got Lou Ferrigno, right? For the Hulk back in the day.
Yeah,
that was huge to them. You look at Lou, but if you go back and you watch, it's like, Lou is a big dude, but he's not Hulk big.
Yeah, he's not that big.
That's regular iron, you know what I'm saying? Iron pumping
dudes walk around like that every day.
Yeah, every day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna get a comic accurate. The best thing you can do is just try to come as close. Plus, they remixed them anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as the character design, which is now what they're going for in the comics. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm with it. He says they're going to PG Deadpool. Was we getting a watered down? They're going to PG Deadpool. Are we getting a watered down Deadpool? I don't know. Did you see? I
saw the trailer for Free Guy.
Go ahead.
I feel like when he comes in contact with PG-13 characters, yes, he will be a little watered down. He probably will still be able to get away with just as much, just not as many F-bombs, you know what I'm saying? Not some of the more graphic stuff that he says.
Right.
But when he's in his own films, no holds barred.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
What they did today was a test.
Mm-hmm.
That was a test. I feel like they're testing him with a character that he would maybe mesh well with in Korg.
Yeah.
I feel like they're testing him and Taika Waititi's, you know what I'm saying, their kind of chemistry, because they still need a director for these movies.
Mm-hmm.
They still need a director for Deadpool going forward.
Yeah,
and I feel like Waititi might be that guy.
Man, I agree. And that's the same thing I said. I said, okay,
that's a test. That's all that was today.
That was a test, and they already got the rapport from working together on Free Guy.
Yep.
So who better than to do a Deadpool film or series or whatever they do with it than Taika Waititi? You know what I'm saying? Like, he would be able to put Deadpool in the situations to where it skirts being hardcore. Right. You know what I'm saying? But just enough. Like, I'm going to give just enough hardcore Deadpool, but sneak it in.
Right.
Because that's the whole thing. It's about sneaking in these things. And they did that in this little, you know what I'm saying, trailer or whatever it is. Like, they snuck, like, him, the things that he was saying, how he said it, like, that was classic Deadpool.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I know you keep bringing up XR, but we just gonna have to wait and see, man.
Well, I said, I feel like we're gonna see more of the comic accurate Deadpool going forward. Like, maybe the Deadpool with the split personality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the split, that's how they'll play this. One of them is the PG-13 personality. The other's the R-rated. They can play with that character and do that.
He's
it wouldn't be hard at all.
He's the perfect character to play with just anything. You know what I'm saying? Like how earlier we was talking about what ifs and stuff. He is the what if character.
He is the what if character.
You know what I'm saying?
They tested a story arc. They tested it on Deadpool.
Yep. Let's see. They don't even have writers to do the Midnight Suns right. I think only Sam Raimi can do justice to the Midnight Suns. I'm
There's
with
your
it. Why
writer
not?
right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let Sam just let him loose.
Let him and Bruce Campbell write it. They can write very well together.
Mm-hmm. Let them go loose. Let them go loose. I heard there's going to be an Aquaman versus Black Adam.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If you think about characters that DC is going to keep around, Arthur Curry is definitely that character.
Yeah,
because
anybody, they don't have name. You know what I'm saying? Like all the name brand characters, they don't have an actor for right now.
Right.
I mean, I guess if Pattinson, you know what I'm saying, if they do release his Batman, I guess Pattinson to be the Batman going forward. But
doubtful. I think he's a one and done Batman.
Right. They don't have a Superman. If Henry Cavill, is he in? Is he out? We don't know. And Gal Gadot is on the line, right?
I feel like she doesn't want to be Wonder Woman anymore.
She's on the line. But I think I think she'll finish it out. I think she will finish it out. I think she's competitive, and I think she wants to redeem 84. So yeah, I think she'll come back. What, it was 84, right? What was it?
Yep, that was the last one.
Yeah, 84. So I think she'll come back, but like she's teetering on the line. We don't know. So the Trinity is no more. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it,
right? Ray Fisher's gone. Ezra Miller, if he doesn't bring it in this movie, he's done.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm with it, man. The Rock versus Jason Momoa. Why not? Says the MCU only have 4 well-written solo movies, which are Iron Man 1, Captain America 1 and 2, and The Incredible Hulk. Nah. Black Panther.
Yeah.
I think Endgame and
Infinity War.
And Thor 3. Thor 3 was Thor 3 is up there, man. I don't care what you say about it being a funny Thor or whatever. Ragnarok is one of the best MCU films by far.
Right.
It to me was the perfect balance because it was a convoluted film.
Yep, had a lot going on.
But it's easy to watch. It's easy to discern what's going on. It's easy to understand. It was the storyline, as much as convoluted as it was, that storyline was linear, straightforward, straight to the point.
That's why I think Taika Waititi's got a future with Marvel. Like, they'll rely on him a lot. Just like they're gonna rely on Sam Raimi a lot.
Going forward.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hell yeah. I wonder when they're going to start doing true evil villains again, unless of these tragedy solved beta villains. I think they're setting up, because if you think, they haven't killed off a villain in a while.
Yeah.
Ghost is still around because they're set to, like we said, they're setting up
different
the evil Avengers.
Yeah.
Right. And they gotta have, I think, okay. This is how I think it was. I think when they first started the MCU, Marvel Studios or whatever, they wanted it to connect, but they probably had a stopping point, right? They didn't think, because remember, they didn't have Fox, they didn't have Sony, they didn't have anything. So it was like, yeah, we'll get these characters, kill them off, and you know what I'm saying, sooner or later we're gonna have to stop anyway, because we only have these characters to really play with in this bread box.
And
so
then everything opened up, and then like, oh shit, now we got to stop killing our characters.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Phases 1. I'm not going to add 3 because 3 is when they probably knew the Fox deal was on the table. Yep. So phase 1 and 2, some of 3. But yeah, once Ant-Man 2 came out, I think that's when they kind of figured, oh, we got this Fox thing coming. You know what I'm saying? Oh, snap. This Fox deal on the table. We got this. You know what I'm saying? Let's hope for Spider-Man. Let's hope for the X-Men, let's all these characters that we can play with. Now the MCU is about to get real big. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think that's what it is, man. But I agree with you. I think more of the villains are gonna be villains. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. Disney doesn't deserve to have all Spider-Man rights because they ruin all the villains and turn them into some silly, generic, watered-down villains cracking jokes all the time. I don't agree with that. Who cracks jokes?
Sony killed Venom, dude. Or did you forget about that?
Right. Venom is a good guy in Sony. You know, so you won't get the Venom versus Spider-Man. You're not gonna get that.
Nope.
Who cracks what villain cracked joke other than Ultron? And I get it
because his personality was cocky.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But what other villain crack jokes? Loki is the king of mischief or god of mischief.
Yeah.
He's a trickster. He should crack jokes, but you didn't get jokes from Ronan or Thanos or
they were all very serious about
Crossbones.
What fight was. Yep.
Killmonger.
Yeah.
Who else?
I guess the Mandarin.
That was trash.
The fake Mandarin.
That was if you that might trump out a lot of the ones that we just named.
I mean, I feel like that was a trip and fall. It wasn't.
Yeah.
That was a trip and fall.
But the bad guy on there, he didn't crack jokes.
Yeah, Guy Pearce's character.
Yeah, he didn't crack jokes. Iron Man 2, Whiplash didn't crack jokes.
No, yeah.
So nah, man, I can't agree with you on that, XR. Sony will give us a darker Spider-Man. I don't think the MCU can do justice to Morbius and Kraven the Hunter.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah,
when Kraven shows up in Spider-Man, we'll see.
Yep.
And No Way Home.
Right. Because maybe they might drop the ball with Kraven. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? Did you hear the pathetic movie Disney is doing right now trying to fix Luke Skywalker? They're delusional fools. The only way to fix the damage done is to decanonize the sequel. I'm gonna tell you this.
That will never happen.
Yeah, they can't do that. It's once it's in there, it's in there. You know what I'm saying? You can with a TV shows that have that episode where dude wakes up and it was all a dream. Nah.
It happened.
This happened. You know what I'm saying? There's no fixing that sequel trilogy is there. Only thing they can do is build from it.
Yep.
That's it. Build from it and try to correct it that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as decanonizing, nope.
Nope, it won't happen.
Nope. Because it's now embedded in too many. Remember, Star Wars took by storm kids, teenagers, stuff like that. It's embedded in their psyche now. It's part of their DNA,
right? Growing
up, as you know what I'm saying, childhood stuff like that. Kylo Ren and all these characters, the merch that's sold. Remember, these are $1 billion films,
right?
$1 billion films, all three.
Star Wars equals merchandise.
So yeah, you can't decanonize it. He says, I think King Loki is going to show up. Yeah, I agree. That's the one I agree with. I think King Loki will show up. He says the Beyonder will show up. I don't agree with that.
No,
that's
maybe the Watcher.
Yeah, maybe only because of What If.
What If,
right? But the Beyonder showing up, that's putting too much on the fan. Now, remember, we're already going crazy with these timelines. Beyonder shows up in his white pimped out suit.
I know why you say that, XR, because they keep leaning towards that Secret Wars thing. But I feel like if we see the Beyonder, it's just gonna be a simple version of that, and it won't be somebody that is gonna be long standing.
Right.
Yeah. Right. It'll be I'm here for maybe 1 or 2 films, and I'm gone. Right back into the shadows. Yep.
And remember, the Beyonder, as long as he's been around, nobody really understands the Beyonder. As you know, as a character, he came in, how he was created or whatever. He's like a kid with all this power. You know what I'm saying? So now you just have this OP character running around doing. It'll be like he's actually a stupid character if you think about it.
It's too OP.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why they came back with the Beyonders. You know what I'm saying? To kind of help push, you know what I'm saying, the whole Beyonder thing forward. But yeah, the disco suit wearing Beyonder, that's kind of a hard character to kind of
hard sell.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, sell to the regular public. Says I heard the Frog Thor would have showed up in a fight versus Loki, but they cut it out. I feel like they didn't want Loki. I heard that, but I just think it might have been budget reasons.
Yeah, probably. I think so.
And I, you know what I'm saying, I think it's budget reason. I don't think they wanted to just look bad, like, you know what I'm saying, and it's easier to do the crocodile, not talking, but the Frog Thor jumping around, you know what I'm saying, by Odin's beard, this, that, and the third. We, you know, it's good that we got to see him in the jar or whatever, and that's all we needed.
But that wasn't expensive.
Yeah, that wasn't expensive, and that's all we needed. Yep. We didn't need a Loki and Throg fight. We didn't need that. I think these issues with the Batman is some kind of BS. I heard it is coming from a Pattinson hater. Nah, I just think it's just issues.
Yeah,
because it's Warner Brothers
just having problems. Yeah, it's not going the way that the studio wants it.
Yeah, these are, to me, these are self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah,
that Warner Brothers just can't, especially
they can never get away from.
Yeah, they just can't get away. And the thing is, they've got a good trick. They gave us. You know, well, no, I don't even think that was Warner Brothers. I was gonna say the Superman films back in the day. I don't think that was Warner Brothers, was it?
No, I think that was, well,
it might have been, but either way, for the most part, they've got a decent track record with giving us, you know, the superhero films up until after Nolan, right?
Yep.
Because they let Nolan be Nolan. Then when it was time for Zach to be Zach, they started looking at what Marvel is over there doing.
Right.
Because remember, Marvel came out in the middle of the trilogy, the Nolan trilogy.
Yep.
Then it became, oh shit, 700. What? Oh, we can do that. $1 billion? What? Oh, we need to do $1 billion movie. I mean, we got the holy trinity of superheroes over here: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. We should be able to make $1 billion. But they don't understand that if you don't have these stores, or the reason why everybody was invested in the Marvel was because of the connective tissue and each movie having implications on the next movie.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not listening to the fans, or if you're trying to duplicate a system, then duplicate the system.
Do it
right.
Right. Put the work in.
Said if you're going to cheat. But they ain't even cheat right.
Nope. Blew that.
You didn't even cheat right. So to me, it's just problem after problem, and they just need to stop and take a break and come up, like I said yesterday, come up with DC Studios and find out somebody who could run DC Studios and put things in perspective and get everything together and smoosh the talent, get the right directors, get the right actors, and you know what I'm saying, and everybody make it a co-op. We come up with these stories together. We pull from this. We pull, like, they got all the material to pull from, and they don't do it. I don't know.
Right. All the stories to tell, and you just fumble it.
Just don't, like, I don't. Marvel. The thing about Marvel is, right, they pull from their stories, but they differentiate just enough to make it an MCU film.
Right.
That's it. That's the formula. That way I get everybody.
It wasn't hard to figure out.
It's not. Okay, we pull an element from this. Can this storyline and that storyline, can we merge them together to make something new?
Right.
Why should I why pay a writer to rewrite a whole story when I got a story over here
that we can pull from? You
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Why do that when I could just pay a writer to retool some stories? Just retool them. Hey, can we merge This we're gonna take the Infinity War and we're gonna make it a long game, right?
Yep.
But in the meantime, I want you to take this story, Civil War. I want you to take that story. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're gonna work with.
Yep.
That ain't hard.
Nope. Very easy. Just have to know the content.
That ain't hard at all, man. He said, "Do you think James Gunn is going to do more Marvel films or DC?" He says he's done.
I think he's done with both.
Yeah, he says he's done. I could see him coming. Well, I don't know. I know he said he was done with Marvel after this last Guardians that he does. He said he's done with Marvel. I could see him going back to DC because he's real giddy about the Suicide Squad, and they just finished wrapping filming on Peace. What is it? Peacekeeper.
Peacekeeper.
So I think he likes playing over there with the Suicide Squad. I think they give James Gunn a lot of freedom, and I think he'll probably stay there until they start meddling. And then you'll hear James Gunn come out and say, "Man, what the fuck? Why y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all messing with my product." Because unless Warner Brothers does something to correct themselves, that's what's gonna happen.
Yep.
That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna start meddling with the product that James Gunn is giving out.
Yep. And they'll screw themselves as soon as they do.
He says WB just wants to water down the Batman and make it kid friendly. I don't think so.
Not necessarily.
I don't, because they gave us that trailer. That trailer was not kid friendly whatsoever.
They can still sell toys for that Batman.
Right.
They can sell that Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
They can sell those action figures.
But yeah, that trailer was not a kid friendly or watered down Batman by any means. Neither was Ben Affleck. I think WB prides themselves on letting, the blood, guts, gory type situations happen. I mean, shit, you had Superman kill Zod. You know what I'm saying? You got Batman shooting criminals and stuff like that with guns. So I don't think that's the case.
Right.
I just think that they know better than what the fans want. Right. You know what I'm saying? I think that's their issue is control. Their issue is control. Batman belongs to us. This is how we want Batman to be done. If it's not done this way, you know what I'm saying? You need to go back and do some reshoots. Right. And you better not go over the budget that we're giving you for the reshoots. You know what I'm saying? Right. Stuff like that. And I think it's more of a power struggle type situation going on over there at Warner Brothers right now. Who's in charge? Is it Hermata? Is it what's the other dude? The Discovery guy. I can't remember. I can't even think of his name right now. But you know what I'm saying? It's too many people in the pot over there.
Too many chiefs.
Warner Brothers / Discovery / DC. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too many. Too many heads. So that's how I look at it. But if I was them, I would concentrate on a Batman Beyond.
Right.
I would, you know what I'm saying?
It right. Do it the right way.
I got Michael Keaton back. Right.
That's an easy in.
I find me a nice teenage to early 20s actor who can still look like a high schooler.
Yep.
Put him into the Batman Beyond suit. And I Tom Holland him until I can't Tom Holland him anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I do.
That's hey, that brings that kills two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
It solves the Batman quota and it gives them a franchise.
Yeah. That's easy money. That's what I would do. Since they want to do like standalone films that have no connective tissue. Okay, cool. Do Batman Beyond.
Right.
Batman Beyond. And it's simple. Easy. Says, I hate how Slade Wilson is a fat old man without the suit in Titans. He wasn't a fat old man. He was older. I don't know. That Slade, I had liked that Slade Wilson. I thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying? They made him Spanish or whatever. Or Latino, Latinx, I guess would be the proper term. And I actually like that actor, so I like that actor. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm biased on that. But I thought he was retired also in the Titans. You know what? As much as I like the Titans, a lot of that shit don't make sense. The timeline is crazy. With if you hate Slade Wilson as a fat old man, what about Bruce Wayne? Bruce Wayne is played by Jorah of Game of Thrones fame. You've seen Game of Thrones, right, Kobe?
Some episodes, yeah.
Well, this Bruce Wayne, and when I saw it, I said, man, what? No, you can't do that because you got this old Bruce, but you still got Dick as Robin, right? He's not Nightwing. And I'm like, well, shit. How long have you been fighting crime for you to look 60 years old, but you still got Robin?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. It's just all out of sorts for me when it comes to that.
Like it makes any sense. Yeah,
nah, man. And I was like, oh, you gave me a bet. Like, you should have just gave me a no-name person to play Bruce Wayne.
Right. That probably would have been a better idea.
And just threw a stunt actor into the costume to do any kind of Batman stunts or whatever, and called it a day. But to find out that it was this old dude, I was like, nah, man. He's not even debonair. He's not even cool. He doesn't even look like he'll beat you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that dude walked up to me, I would whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, feeble ass bat. Like, nah, man. Nope. Last one, man. Last one. It says Warner Brothers are like Kathleen Kennedy interfering in the movie sets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not gonna say you're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. You hit it on the head, man. They just need to, like I said, just come up with a film division and hire somebody to oversee everything and put their faith that dude can do his job. You know what I'm saying?
Stop going half in, half out, and then at the first sign of any kind of not what you want, get all pissed off and shut everything down.
Yeah. Like, and we need more background on why the reshoot. I guess that's my whole thing too. Like, they're not even telling us why they're doing reshoots.
Mm-mm.
Is it something that didn't work? You know what I'm saying? Or what is it?
No idea. They ain't told us nothing. Right.
Yep. Flashy Gamer, what's up, man? Hey, Flashy Gamer, you missed us. We about to sign off. We'll be back tomorrow, 9:00.
Yes.
That's when we normally do it. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know the next time we go live. And watch the repeat, or you know what I'm saying, go back and rewatch it. And I hope to see you become a part of the family, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we about to wrap it up. Kobe, you got anything else you want to
I'm good, man. I'm looking forward to the episode in the morning, but I'm also looking forward to being disappointed. So
well, I hope that this episode does Loki justice for XR, because we need a badass Loki fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I hope they do my guy Loki justice. And yeah, that's it, man. I think this episode, I think this episode, it's gonna surprise you. It's gonna surprise you.
I really do hope so.
It's gonna surprise you. XR, no, I don't think Wally West will show up in the Titans. But you know, it could be a different Kid Flash, but I don't think it'll be Wally West, because the Titans, they kind of all over the place. But yeah, that's our time, man. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Take it easy. Be safe.
Peace.